Chat, we're back. A little Scully on, you feel me? Oh man, I'm definitely drained from yesterday. I tell you, it's still easy to get your 60 calls even while taking chase. My goal, honestly, is with that at work is by the end of August, I want to be taking at least 15% or no, yeah, 15 calls of chase a day. Because if I can get at least 20 calls that are chase a day, or 20% of the total volume I aim for each day, then that'd be perfect. That allowed for more actual gains itself. Also, it allowed for a new voluntary choice of that. With that being said, though, voluntary choice? Nah, that's not the best word for that. It allowed for me to get more voluntary capital from people. I think chase in general, people are more wanting to make pays, but then again, it's really all probability, and it's all about getting as many calls as you can. The more calls you get, the higher opportunity you have somebody able to pay you, and the better off chances you have at pushing and collecting as much as possible. My bad on quieting down right there. Let's just say somebody is approaching me, and I had to make sure I'm upright on that. I don't do that trusting shit. As once seen on TV and Disney shows, I don't do that. I'm sorry. Not in this day and age. That's why I rarely speak to you directly on the camera. That's why I don't see the point of me holding it up, because I need to be alert and be aware of my surroundings. But on that note, though, today, man, for my journaling yesterday, something in my body's telling me that there's a breaking point to which I've hit, but I haven't pushed through. And I don't know if it's fear neglecting that side of me, but I can tell you fear is kind of what drives me each day, from waking up out of the bed to getting all my schoolwork done and looking at the charts daily. Yesterday we entered $15 in towards the Bears, towards the short. Now, how do I think that's going to go? I want it to win, obviously, but if it doesn't, I'm also okay with that as well, because trading in and of itself is a game that is testing your own skill to reduce what people on the charts are telling you. Yes, news is relatively important. However, it holds the least amount of weight on the charts itself. So, in general, me being able to look at price action, the news, and other major factors that the world's telling me is what hones my skills and just gives me that edge. So, in and of itself, I feel like trading is one of the most difficult things I'm learning. Not in difficulty of how to trade, but analysis itself. Getting better understanding and becoming better at analyzing the data in front of me. All those things are definitely a lot harder than anything else school has preached to me. So, in general, man, trading is one of the best skills and one of my most favorite skills I learned, because it mentally challenges me daily. But besides that trading shit, man, and my thoughts in general, the breaking point at which an individual reaches allows for great discomfort, but in addition to that, great reward. Now, I would say I'm already beyond the discomfortable phase. I haven't ever woke up this early to walk to work. I've never walked to work in my life. I've never experienced riding public transportation. I've never done any of this, and I'm just doing it every day like it's casual, like it's another day, like, you know, it's whatever. And the biggest thing is getting a vehicle. I would say that's the biggest driving factor, is what pushes me at work. Because it's one thing to survive. Anybody can survive. Survival, I feel, is a basis, and it's an easy thing to do. That's something, that was the first couple of months, learning that. How to budget, how to plan, how to execute, how to time manage. All those things in the first couple of years, 17, 18, 19, those in of itself, and survival, relatively easy. However, in comparison to, let's say, thriving is a lot more difficult. Not in the sense of it being hard, but in the sense of understanding how to thrive and what it takes to thrive. Because no matter how many nice cars I see, people with apartment buildings above mine, or people who pay less than $300 to $400 a month in rent just to live alone with their dogs, and go shop at, I've already got the store name, but to go shop at the most expensive stores for no other reason than the fact they're concerned about conservatives in food, when unfortunately I'm here to tell you it doesn't matter where you shop, bro. You're going to get that shit in America. It's in every store, no matter if you're trying to get the best quality and pay the extra dollar or not. I just feel bad for those individuals who I don't explain that to. But, you know, that's a whole different hole in itself. It's a whole different pit of worms that people got to induce and take in. But without all that though, man, without comparing myself to those folks, it makes me realize that they're giving up something, sacrificing something to allow themselves to be in that position. Now, what that something is, I've yet to learn, experience. I sacrifice time, energy, which I have an abundance of, and I sacrifice my patience, and sleep. I sacrifice a lot in regards to basic health needs. So, in and of itself, I'm not too sure what more there is to give and who to give it to. But what I can say, though, is most of these folks do own businesses. But unfortunately for me, I need to gain the criteria as well as the schooling to be able to do such in the first place. But with all that being said, though, man, another little 9-minute banger for y'all. We'll try 10 minutes. But at the end of the day, it's just me walking, y'all looking at my chin. But I appreciate who tunes in, and I'm gonna catch y'all.